The Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn, is a gigantic accomplishment and a well needed spark in the sometimes tired comic book genre. With every way this film is bombastic, gory, ultra violent, raw, it's also emotional, heartwarming, and a very tender film in its center. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I think James Gunn excels. And not to mention the fact that this is actually a very simplistic script. But what takes it over the top is how he layers it from beginning to end. And that, to me, is what makes a great script. It doesn't matter how simplistic of a story you have. It depends on how you choose to layer it. And by God, did James Gunn layer this film almost to perfection. And if you can't tell by now, I absolutely adore and love this film, and it works for me in almost every way possible. Gunn has shown in the past that he knows how to direct an assembly cast, especially the more obscure ones, and this is full front in this film. There is no world where these unknown, ragtag, primarily based off C-list DC characters should work the way it does here. I chalk it up to his ability to get the best out of his actors, and there's no better example than that than John Cena this go round. To say that Cena has not done anything memorable to date as far as acting goes would be an understatement, but yet he absolutely kills this role. And it's not a fluke either, because Gunn has a history of this. He's worked with a wrestler turned actor in Batista, who back then was an afterthought when it comes to acting. It's primarily, to me, the way that he masks your weakness and spotlights your strength. He knows how to carve a story around all of that. And yeah, he did a great job in this film. I feel like this is the best version of Harley Quinn we got from Margot. Idris Elba killed it at Bloodsport. Like, every character on here was top tier, even if they were in the previous older 2016 film to this one. Amazing. I really loved how in your face, high octane, bat-ish crazy this film was, but yet it had real stakes, very believable stakes, and it wasn't afraid to stay in its roots. And what I mean about that, this film fully expressed and embraced its comic book counterparts. So many times you see these comic book movies try to be ultra grounded, afraid to really dive into the comic book aspect of these characters. And no, in this film, it was fully unleashed. They knew exactly what kind of film they wanted to make, and they were unapologetic about it. And I love this film for that exact reason. Now, I did have some issues with this film. For starters, side stories. There's this one character that's in this very odd side story that, in my opinion, takes away from the film and really slows down the pacing. And secondly, I'd say this film has about two villains, and one of the villains was extremely forgettable, to the point that, in my opinion, it could have been left on the storyboards and not really in this film, because it wasn't really needed. Those two were the main issues that I had with this film, but besides that, like I said, I love this film. So enough of me gushing about it, and let me actually grade it. And The Suicide Squad earns a 9.6 score and an A+ grade. I did say I loved it. Yeah, to me, this is top tier comic book movie material. What James Gunn did with this is just mind-boggling, because I didn't think it was possible. I wasn't expecting much, but hey, blew my socks off, that's for certain. And I honestly can't wait to see what other DC material he gets to do next. And with that being said, like I do with every video, I simply ask that you subscribe, you like, you share, and comment. And don't forget to turn on that notification, that little bell, letting you know whenever I drop a video. And until next time, peace.